as we got a replay of what happened to GB. So let's analyze this and see what happened. So going into the left, and he just absolutely rips off the tyre through the left. It is very easy to do. You have to be millimeters away from that wall on the inside.
The championship leader, Formula Cream, has gone purple in the first couple of sectors, so should be taking Meraki's provisional pole time away. Ben up into third, Nagera up into fourth, separated by 4 milliseconds. Holding it in 7th gear is the Williams of Melanie, down into turn number 27. I think Cream may have bailed out of it. Bit of a wobble on exit. Now there is the Papaya McLaren in front, and Cream does smash the time set by Meraki by 1/3 of a 10th. Melanie up to the line, and it is an improvement by 3/4 of a second, staying in P16.
Business as usual for Formula Cream. It looked like, just as we cut away there, the McLaren and the Williams were going to get a little bit racy as they went down in towards turn 1, and there was a yellow flag momentarily. That's probably just Melanie getting out of the way and making sure she's off track for those who are on flying laps. But Formula Cream shoots to the top, and it is business as usual up there. Meraki, though, just that consistency around Saudi. He's always been on the podium every single time around here, and he's up in 2nd position. Who's going to be in that bottom 5? Who's going to get knocked out? There's, of course, GB and Razin Shai would definitely both put themselves to that. Ricky 03, though, is on the cusp, and it's going to be up to Mr. Dale, Melanie, or Adam Sanderson to see whether they can do that. It's not going to be Dale, though.
And one of the Ferraris had a bit of a whoopsie as well, coming out of Sector 1. You can see that red dot still stationary, or just getting on the move now, coming up into turn 13. Here is the Season 2 champion, though, the winner of the race in Season number 2. Alex Gillen round in the final corner, needs a significant jump up on this time. Not sure how much he's improving by, but as we cross the line for Alex Gillen from 12th up into 4th, just ahead of his teammate, just ahead of his old sparring partner, Tiamat Marduk. Formula Cream, though, absolutely flying, up by 1/4 of a second, and this could even break into the 127s if he manages to absolutely nail turn 27. The newly crowned championship leader, the reigning F2 champion, the rockstar rookie in the F1 Creator Series for the first time as a full-time driver. A little bit of a wag of the tail coming out of 27, but now just pulling gears all the way up to the line we go. Is this extending the margin out front? You bet it's extending the margin out front. 28.2. Ben chasing him down, though, and missing out by 1/3 of a 10th. That's the best qualifying lap from Tiamat Marduk in quite some time, but Meraki also finding time. This is going to be incredibly tight between this leading trio. Lolinoba up into 4th. What can Meraki do? The Season 4 champion takes it away, stealing a march on Kareem, stealing a march on Tiamat Marduk, the only driver in the 28.1s. Brilliant last-ditch effort from Jacob, buzzer beater to steal pole right at the death. 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and for the penultimate time on F1 24, it is lights out, and we are underway here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Even Steven start for the leading duo. Lolinoba closing up to the back of the reigning champion, but down into turn number 1 we go. Formula Cream a little bit bulked on the inside, and straight away having to deal with his nearest championship challenger. Side by side, the two protagonists, but I think the Papaya McLaren just about going to hold station in second. Ahead of Tiamat Marduk, Lolinoba, and Formula Kai rounding out our top 5. And as it looks, everything has been quite orderly so far.
Hold firm and stay a 1-2 between him and Formula Cream. He knows that Cream Smart can work together, but Lolinoba, an aggressive driver, wants to get up there too. But so does Tom. He doesn't care about working together. He wants to go for the content. He wants to go for the move. And Tiamat Marduk looking to get involved as well. It's 3 wide between them. Formula Cream has gone from 1st down to 5th in just 1 straight. And he's going to be very disappointed with that as Tiamat Marduk and Tom still go side by side. Can they get through cleanly? Yes, they can. Was Tom pushed off the circuit, though? Will he pick up a warning? They're still taking it side by side through the first sector. And Tiamat Marduk wisely backs out of that one. He's got a championship to fight for, and he does not want to lose the lead train as his championship rival is going for a look down in towards the hairpin.
Very close quarters racing indeed. Tom on the move and in the groove is on the outside. Lolinoba getting a little bit boxed in behind the Red Bull of Meraki, having to concede defeat to Tom, who swings it around the outside of 27. Formula Cream dropping down to 6th place as well, though is still side by side with Alex Gillen coming out of the final corner. We're going to cut the beam, start lap number 10. And what order are we going to be in by the time we get to the braking zone? Look at this, 6 cars, you can throw a blanket over them. They're so close together. Lolinoba now leads the race. Tom around the outside of Meraki, Ben and Kareem and Alex still having it out for 4th, 5th and 6th places respectively. The reigning champion gets ahead of the championship leader. Tom having to concede defeat also to Meraki in the battle for 2nd and 3rd. But it's Lolinoba who was just smashed into the inside barrier. Nearly collects Tiamat Marduk, nearly collects Formula Cream. Alex Gillen getting through unscathed as well. And what a cataclysmic error that is. He'd just taken the lead for the very first time and doing what GB did in qualifying, pitches it in the barrier and ending his day slightly early. And I tell you what, time flies, because that is nearly 2 years ago. Would you believe me if I said that? We're going once again, though, as we're going to start lap number 13 with the Season 4 champion leading the Season 3 champion and the two main championship protagonists side by side. Ben trying to make the most of those soft tyres on the restart. If he drops behind Formula Cream, that would be the worst possible outcome, but there's contact, a flashpoint between the two main challengers. Kareem into the side of Ben, who's losing places, is he? No, just that one to the Papaya McLaren car. Formula Kai wasn't close enough to try and snaffle up and snatch up the opportunity that presented itself by that little collision. Alex Gillen nose to tail as well with the kick Sauber in front, and GB benefited from the safety car also right back in this lead battle. But wow, I wasn't expecting that. Adam Sanderson's thrown it into the barrier. Virtual safety car called
as they head down in towards the first corner now. Team Modic still on the back of this train. Formula Kai just dropping off ever so slightly, but still within half a second of the rest of the guys up at the front. And here comes Meraki looking to try and take back the lead of the race. Karim wants to get involved in it as well. Can he get past the Alpine? Not quite. He's got to back out of that one, and he just stays ahead of Team Modic. Has a little switchback though, heading down in towards turn 4. It's a difficult overtaking opportunity. He's going to try it though, round the outside of turn 4. Can he hold it? He's going to try it. Tom leaves the space, and I don't think he's going to pull it off, and he doesn't. But now Team Modic has a little look on the inside, but through sector 1 it's pretty much one line for all of here, and he's got to wait now in towards the banked hairpin.
Team Modic trying to get back involved. Formula Cream also tucked right underneath the rear wing of Tom here. They've managed to close back up to Meraki, and with the DRS flap open, Tom's slightly vulnerable, and this could be a couple of places picked up for the new championship leader. Gets one ahead of Tom, dangles the nose of that McLaren up the inside into turn 22, and just about gets the position one and done. But look who's now lurking behind. Team Modic's up into second place, couple of places picked up by the Mercedes also, and this is going to be incredibly tight. Kai comes out of absolutely nowhere. Have you ever seen the like in the Creator Series? 7 cars separated by what's about half a second. Jake finds himself now down in 7th position, and out of all of this, tell me how it's happened. Team Modic now leads the race.
From Alex Gillen as well. Formula Kai is having a look down the outside in towards turn 1. Also looks like GB, what a drive he's having, up to P5 at the moment. Kai holds it from Tom in P2.
Razin Chai, another former champion, getting in the mixer as well. Those are going to be 3 wide in the battle for 6th, 7th and 8th. Formula Kai now leading this race. Team Modic from first down into third, although still side by side with Tom Beener, the two drivers that battled for the Season 3 champion, battling once more coming out of the final corner to end lap number 16. Alex Gillen getting involved as well, sniffing an opportunity to try and put some pain on some of his main rivals. Down the inside has a look with Gillen. Kareem way too late on the brakes, locking the rears. Contact between himself and Tom, both of them keeping it pointing on the straight and narrow. Meraki being shuffled down once again. He's now 8th place. Razin's come out of absolutely nowhere after starting from 19th on the grid, dangling the nose of the Scarlet Ferrari. Down the inside of 4 is GB. We have a safety car. I don't know what it's for. It might be Dale who spun coming out of turn 2. Yes, it is. That ends what was a fantastic battle. Backing the pack up to some tune, and now bolting and catching Team Modic a little bit unawares. Look at that incredible restart from the Kick Sauber, yet to win a race so far in his Creator Series career. Does have a pole position at Monaco, but this is a completely different kettle of fish, and leaving Team Modic to deal with Alex Gillen, who has a little look up the inside into turn number 1, but thinks better of it. And in particular, Meraki will be desperate to try and come through. Yellow flag thrown in the first sector. I think that could be the Red Bull of Dale. In the barrier, we catch it absolutely perfectly. There is safety car number 3. Dale's race ending early once more. That is now 41 retirements in the Creator Series. And we are down to 17 as Dale, not for the first time, getting involved in a bit of a bump, a bit of a scrape, and ending his night early. Will it be the same tactic, or will he try something different? And what can Alex Gillen do in response? I think he is going for a very similar tactic, and it's worked not quite as well as it did before, but still got himself 6/10 of a second over the V-carb in front as Kai buries his right foot into the floor. And we start lap number 24. Still everybody not halfway through this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix as we kickstart another stint in this race as we prepare for what will be the 4th safety car period, surely coming in 5 or 6 laps time. Kai leading from Gillen, Tom, Formula Cream and Razin rounding out our top 5. How quickly can the reigning champion Team Modic, Nagera and GB fight their way back through the field and find themselves squabbling once more with the leading contenders?
It seems to be the way amongst these guys in the lead. They just kind of, switch positions a little bit, but then a couple of laps later, There's 5 of them absolutely fighting down in towards the final corner and seeing who can come out on top. It is Alex Gillen who leads the way down in towards the first corner. He won't get that advantage of DRS down towards here, but Formula Kai will get that instead. Might be able to take that position back. Really aggressively goes defensive as Tom looking to find his way through. Alex breaks late. Is it too late? Yes, it is. And he's going to have to lose out a lot of positions. That's down to Karim Razin. He's dropped down to 5th. He's going to be side by side with Meraki in towards turn 4. He backs out of that one. Meraki on the inside. And that is a very rare mistake there from Alex Gillen. As Tom's getting a fantastic slipstream off Formula Kai. He hasn't got any DRS, has Kai. So it's going to be a 3-way battle down towards the first corner. Tom around the outside. Can Kai keep it on the inside? Yes, he can. Round. But Razin is round and it's the front wing gone. He's not holding the brakes and but he may have lost his front wing. But I think he's taken about 10 other drivers' front wings with him as well. The kick salvo was nearly done for as well there as well. And it's a virtual safety car. How many times can you say as well? That was incredible. The final corner potentially in towards turn 1 as Alex looks up the inside. It's side by side between these two once more through the final corner. Great respect given between Alex Gillen and Tom as they now head down in towards the first corner. But here comes Formula Karim, the championship leader, as he heads now down in towards the first turn. Kai still leads the way, and whilst these drivers are battling behind him, this is perfect for him because it allows him just to stay in that perfect bubble of staying in P1. With only 13 laps left to go of this race. Teammate Marduk now fancies a chance on the top 2. He's going to split the middle. No, he's not. He's going to shoot to the left. It's 3 wide. Oh, there's contact. Did he just about tap the barrier on the left-hand side? Karim's been forced off the circuit. Kai is round. And it looks like he might have collected Tom as well. No, Tom just about narrowly avoiding that. Infratic's now back up into 3rd position. GB, who started in 17th place in this race, finds himself in 2nd on the hunt of TMF Marduk on the same tyre life as the Mercedes driver as well. And that was chaos. As TMF Marduk and Karim separated by 1 point going into this race thanks to the intermediates pole that he achieved. There is a yellow in Sector 1. Formula Kai out of this race. This will be confirmation if there is no more safety cars. And because we're on lap 48, there is not. Meraki's doing donuts, so he wants to inspect to make sure that Kai's okay. No, I think those two actually came together because we saw that Razin Shai and Meraki were catching up to Formula Kai. They were having a battle. Kai's come off worse for it, and these two are scrapping out as well. Karim and TMF Marduk go wheel to wheel. One of them was off the circuit.
6 kilometres just about to go as GB snatches the lead back from Tom Biener into the final corner of the penultimate lap of this 50-lap Grand Prix. And now we're going to see the big moment. Is Tom going to have the hammer thrown down? And yes, he is. Failed to use required tyre compounds. He is gone, thrown into the shadow realm as Alex Gillen coming out of nowhere like a tracer bullet into turn 1. Karim was way too late on the brakes. 3 into 1 is not going to go either. Alex Gillen has been afforded the opportunity to scamper off into the distance. He was up the inside of GB. Formula Karim chucked the McLaren up the inside as well. More contact between the Aston Martin and the Papaya McLaren car. And Tim Mark has been able to slide through up into 2nd place as well. I think Karim was maybe a little bit desperate there down into turn number 1. He's been bulletproof so far this season, shown no signs of thinking about the championship battle. But I think there he was just a little bit overambitious and maybe ended GB's chances of winning this race as well. Who would have thought it? Box office between Alex Gillen and Tia McMahon. Formula Cream still fighting for pride. GB shuffled down from 1st into 4th. What order are we going to be in by the time we get to the braking zone of turn number 27? We're in the same order. GB lunges the inside, trying to snatch 2nd place away from Tia McMahon. But as we exit the final corner, go Gillen go is what he says. He's charging towards the line and returning to the top step, just about ahead of his nearest rival. The sparring partners finished 1st and 2nd. Gillen ahead of Tia McMahon. GB running off the podium, and Formula Cream paying a heavy price for that 3-second penalty over the line in 4th place.